care if everybody see. Couple weeks I had to leave, now coming back off road. Tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and don't let me go.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Detroit Lions. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And we are underway from Ford Field. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he's going to pull his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Browns, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Like 20.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Detroit! Jahmyr Gibbs, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Point after try forthcoming. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0.
Lions 7, Browns 0. Jack Fox picking off.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And taken down just past the 20, about the 21-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Panther 60.
On the ground, it's the rookie from Tennessee. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. You talk about this Lions defense. Well, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact,
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Sanders pass.
The disaster there, I mean, you saw it coming. The pressure gets knocked down, the interception.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you
don't make.
Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally,
Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a first down.
As a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Hey, lift! 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 Lift!
Gone. A short pass here taken in by Laporta. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll make it second down. The Lions are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game to get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right? How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
180!
From the gun on third down. Gone. To the left side, he finds Tesla. And he's going to have the Lions first down. They needed 4. He doubled down. He wound up getting 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A shotgun snap for Gone. Right side to Williams. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. Jameson Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Here's Sanders. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Sanders to throw. Finding space at the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Throwing, Sanders. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw now, here's Sanders. Pass caught by Phantom. They'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns are back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make make our score 14-7.
Browns 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Able to avoid him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They start things off. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Unlock Lions! Unlock Lions! Get it!
They'll run on first down. Sampson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's go now!
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
A big hole there. How about him handle the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
70 range! 70 range! Hawk 70! Hawk 70! Go!
From the shotgun, Sanders. And will be intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Intercepted.
Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. That'll give them 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
At the 10-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. That is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
We go tonight. 20.
Back to throw. Goff. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, You can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, if nothing else, they were able to pick up one first down on this drive and get it away from their own goal line. But not much happening after that, and it leads to a punting situation.
And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he put it on the clock and fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
We have seen this be.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st down, Sampson. And managed to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I think he had to have made that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for him. Sanders has it pumped free. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Here we go, strike. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Bronco switch, Bronco switch. Ready?
Up the middle they go. Sampson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I feel they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
To throw is Sanders. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Sanders. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what most games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2-yard line.
Goff now to throw. That's complete to the Porter. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Super hot. Like 20.
There's Goff. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To the air again. Goff. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
2nd and 10. Goff. Across the middle, he's got it complete to St. Brown. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line.
That's another Lions. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On the give, here's Gibbs. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Goff. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The side is out. To run it down. Get your money up. I put money down. On all of us. On my people now.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Bates' kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistle dead. And the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They run the counter. Sampson. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Great witness on the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Now Sanders.
And that will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offensive coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, don't they?
And he slings one that's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Goff now looking to throw.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 2nd and 6. And this one is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
That is incomplete. Well, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Fielded just inside the 30.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 26-yard line. Now gone.
Still going inside the 20.
And out of bounds, already down at the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Gibbs will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Hey, Shell! 180! Go, go, go! 11. 11.
Off play action. Here's Goff. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Plain and simple. That's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm is just off. He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
They'll try to run with Gibbs. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
It's interesting where we are in the game now. The analytics folks, they might tell you to kick the field goal and make it a 2-score game. But you have to wonder if emotionally they're thinking, let's go for the touchdown and try and slam the door.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown first out of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
24, Browns 10. Jack Fox picking off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, it's Sanders. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Cleveland.
Here's Sanders. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he's caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Judy, 53 yards. And the Browns are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. 73 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
180! Hey, kill!
Another run for Gibbs here. And he stopped immediately there. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out
Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out in the second half.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Browns drive about to get started. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, and their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
They'll run on first down. Sampson. 20. 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. You don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. 37-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And this will be stopped at the 44. That was good for 7 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Hand off now to Gibbs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And this offense on third down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Goff. That'll be caught by St. Brown. He's going to have the Lions first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find into this type of a situation.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Goff now looks to throw. St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. 16 yards. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 31-yard
line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Goff. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to it quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. the line now on a 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Like 20. What's that?
Now gone. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Bates' kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Here's 1st down. He's back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
Come on.
They'll look to throw. Pass caught by Foreman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Back to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very strong, very precise in throwing the football.
Here's 1st and 10.
Cougar 19.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Browns will use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, but instead a handoff up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
At the 2-yard line.
All right, they picked up yardage, but they've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it. They've got 1 timeout left. Want to save it.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Now for the point after. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Browns 31, Lions 27.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, they had one final chance on the kick return, but no chance on the other side that they were going to let him navigate all the way to the end zone, Charles, and that ends up being the final play in this one.
Yeah, you're right about that. Special teams coaches, they spend a lot of time working on these types of situations, and they go over every crazy possibility that can happen in this situation. They were able to cover successfully and end the game.
So for the Browns, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.